Just real quick, had a good question about Rel Canonicals, and I wanted to dive into it just a little bit to talk about what it is and how it affects your website. The guy that I'm talking to, he's from one of our meetups that we teach. He runs a travel site, and they have a lot of pages that duplicate themselves. One of the main points of having a Rel Canonical tag on your content is to avoid duplicate content. Now, his pages get a little bit tricky. You can imagine with travel sites and destinations and other places to go. His stuff shows up in different places. Wanted to make sure that what he was doing was actually valuable to the search engine. So I wanted to explain a little bit. So to start off, we're talking about rel equals canonical tag, canonical, which is in the head of the document. Now, the main point of getting rid of this, like I said already, is to avoid duplicate content issues. You don't want Google to penalize your own website because you have content A at URL A also living on URL B with the exact same content. That's a problem. URL B should point with the Rel Canonical tag back to URL A, saying this is the true page with the content. So as an example, so home.com/event/best event. Okay, so this is the page that is the true content. Now, I'm gonna have a lot of category pages, and we'll talk about those in a second. So I'm gonna have home.com/event/parties/best event. Ultimately, the same page is there, but now the URL is different. So that actually is treated as a second page. Same, just one other example. So we see it, event/late night/best event. So these two pages, they're an exact copy of the best event page, but they now have a different URL string, which makes them, in Google's eyes, two different pages. The way to avoid that is that on these two pages, you have a Rel Canonical that points back to this. So rel equals canonical. So super important. Now the question followed up after that was, well then why do I even have these pages? And the reason you have these pages is because of this page right here is a category page. Category pages are super valuable in SEO land. They are an optimum opportunity to rank your content. And the reason is because just like you look at Google or Wikipedia or any of those bigger sites, what do they have? They have a content block up at the top that explains the general topic. Let's say parties or late night. So parties, here's what a party is on our website, and here's all the great reasons why you'd want to attend one of these parties. Big unique content block on that page, and then a list of links underneath it pointing to all of the things that are underneath that category. And you can maintain the URL structure, that's fine, as long as you use the URL or the Rel Canonical back to the main site. So category pages super valuable. You do want to use those, and then you do want to take any pages that live off of those category URL strings and Rel Canonical them back to the main URL for the page that you are putting on your site. Hope that helps. In WordPress, it's pretty straightforward. A lot of that's done in the back end for you, especially if you're using Yoast. They allow you to select multiple categories per post type or post. So that kind of takes care of itself. But if you're building your own custom site, this is a huge deal. Might be something you want to look into. Thanks.